When will RTD have a new police chief?
Thank you.
All right, last fall, we tried to ask RTD's general manager and CEO some difficult questions. Debra Johnson, though, as you saw there, refused to talk to us about the search for a new police chief after the former police chief, Joel Fitzgerald, was fired without explanation to the public.
Tonight, we're following up, once again trying to get answers and hold RTD leadership accountable after a tumultuous year for the transit agency.
Yeah, last year saw RTD mysteriously part ways with its police chief and also implement speed restrictions on the rail lines that caused a lot of delays.
The agency skipped out of a transportation hearing at the state capitol where RTD's problems were set to be discussed. And then this year, lawmakers are considering legislation to reform the agency.
So Denver7's Brandon Richards sat down one-on-one with the GM and CEO, Debra Johnson, to learn what's in store for this year.
4 years ago, Debra Johnson made history as the first woman to lead RTD. But all that's taken a back seat to frustration many feel about RTD under her leadership. Last summer, RTD began repairing some train lines, causing massive delays.
I want to play you a quick video, it's a very quick video of just what some of those customers had to tell us, and I want to get your response.
It takes 2 hours just to get to the appointment, and then it takes 2 hours to come home.
Waited about 3 hours. No train.
You only have one opportunity to get to work on time.
They need to put a schedule in place that operators can adhere to, that riders can rely on.
What do you say to those concerns?
Yes, I hear the concerns, and basically by looking at the video, I can tell it was probably in the summer months or fall months.
Johnson says RTD has made progress, but admits things could have been handled better.
We could have done a better job with communicating because this is new for this region.
Speaking of which,
I think the last time I saw you, you walked away from me at the Capitol when I was asking you a simple question. It wasn't controversial. It was just a simple question asking when RTD would have a new police chief. When will RTD have a new police chief?
Thank you. When we engaged, we were in the course of an investigation, and my obligation as the general manager and chief executive officer of the regional transportation district is to be a good fiduciary and also to minimize risk and exposure to the organization. And so
you could even answer when you would have a new police chief? That was going to harm an investigation?
Well, I did not have information relative to the outcome of what was happening with said investigation pertaining to the police chief.
By that point, RTD had already fired its former police chief, Joel Fitzgerald, after placing him on leave weeks earlier. Johnson says she understands the criticism people have, but says the work she and her team are doing will improve RTD's service.
I believe that we have leaned in with the support of the board of directors for the betterment of the agency going forward, and we are on the precipice of change.
In Denver, Brandon Richard, Denver7.
And the RTD board of directors approved a nearly $20,000 raise last month for the CEO, bringing her annual base salary to $421,800.